backstage.
You know who needs to approach Casper? Is Rhea. Rhea needs to get on the phone with Casper immediately. See how he can be part of Sun City. Can you practice with me?
Nah, honestly.
I'll take 200,000 if you can. You want to box me for the next 3 months.
I'll be the punching bag you need.
Imagine starting the new year knowing that you owe $250,000, mate. Whoa. Like you know that you're in debt, $250,000, and then you have to owe not anybody, but you owe Bonang.
I'm just saying, yeah, cho.
And you're going to see Bonang go to Diamond Walk with your money.
I don't even want to see him at a restaurant, bro. He's eating. I'm like, mate. What are you doing?
Someone owes you money, find him at Nando's. You're like, well.
Oh, it's very funny that you,
Two piece to me, son. 2 piece to me, son.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
POPcast the return, mama.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Compliments.
Compliments of the year. Today it's just before January. Cut-off time, 31 January.
Yes.
Can't say Happy New Year after 31 January. Please, if it's the 1st of Feb, going forward, you just say, hello, how are you? Just like a normal person.
Ninja.
But welcome back to a brand new year. Welcome back to a brand new, re-energized season of POPcast.
Yes.
As you can see, we're not rolling ourselves today. We're starting off with the high energy. So we had to do it right and get Naledi M to pull up with us. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing great. I'm actually so happy to be here, guys.
Yes.
Wow, my first podcast interview, and it's gonna be with Sipho and DJ Cosmo.
All I can say is that you're welcome. We're always happy to put young black talent on.
Yeah. Guys,
But then wouldn't you be considered as YouTube royalty? I mean, that's what people kind of
Come
see
on
you
now.
as.
Is that what they see me as, yo? Run me my check! No, I think only now people are actually taking me seriously. Even when people see me in the streets, like, oh, seafood boy. I'm like, I'm in the mood to
I
eat.
ate shape, but you ate those mukbangs.
I ate almost crabs.
I'll push you to fun.
Yo,
in terms of the mukbang.
Yo, the only thing I didn't touch there was hake. Otherwise, I ate crayfish, creme, lobster, langoustine.
But so I'm sure when a seafood plate, I was having a week-on and
oh my gosh. I actually took a break from it, guys. I was eating it too much.
So, do you want some sushi?
Just wait a minute. No. Do you have any chicken? Chicken, meats, red meats,
Fantastic, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to start off the year by speaking about anything else that's been happening since we've been gone.
Yes.
And a lot has happened. I think one of the biggest news that happened immediately after our last POPcast episode was, of course, we're speculating about this boxing match that was supposed to happen. And then eventually it happened. Vamos, sharp up, please like, comment, subscribe, and pull up and help because I get sharp.
And we haven't heard from him since.
Actually, you know what, guys? Like, he just went off the grid. Like, there was a point where you saw that meme that was trending over, where he was just sitting there. It's like, he's thinking about all his problems. Like, yo, damn it. I need this to end.
Now my problems. I get to tell you money. I can't pay school fees. Now I get money. What's the problem?
Nah, guys, you know what? Me for
he's on paid leave.
120K. Me, I'll also get in the ring. 100K. I'll get in the ring with anybody at this.
Who would you get in the ring with?
Oof. The only person I'd let...
Don't say Miss Cosmo, please.
No, Miss Cosmo, me my ass up. What you mean? Only person I'd get in the ring with, honestly, I'd let Bonang hit me because I'd be like, oh, okay, Queen P, yeah. I'd get in the ring with Bonang and I'd let her beat me up.
Really?
Anybody else, it's a fight.
How should you can be a trap?
Bro.
Like in a fair fight. I got trap.
Do you think you're going to hold your own in a fight, though?
What? Can I hold my own? I'll hold everybody. I'll hit you and your mom and your sister. And I'm kidding, not your mom and your sister, bro. Like, I'm kidding. But honestly,
dangerous.
I'm a changed woman. I used to... Guys, I'm from the East End. You know, sometimes they teach you how to fight before they teach you how to cook, bro. You're going out in the streets, it's just like... They teach you how to hold your own.
Vibes, but like, not by the pause, but by the feast. I see you.
But honestly, guys, I'd be scared to get hurt. Yeah. These days, people are fighting me, like, they fight.
No, because also we need to be careful about our lashes. The edges is out here. Now you're in a boxing ring.
Now they're pulling off
we
your
need
wig.
a touch-up. So bonama cornrows, I want plastic.
That's why I saw him walking there. I'm like, this guy doesn't mind.
He didn't train.
Doesn't mind. This guy, he can get trapped today. He does not mind. And he only owed 40,000. Yeah, I remember you spoke about it.
Yeah. Oh, did he?
For school fees. You know, he was down 40 and he had that money. So he has a 60 on which he's been enjoying December with. And I know, but he's coming back. He's coming back in 4K. And he's coming back with his better ring light.
And hopefully a new cupboard.
No,
hopefully a new cupboard.
No, I also need to approach Casper. Hey, I also need that 100K, guys. Just 100K just to get in the ring for about 30 minutes. Nah, guys, I can do my best.
You know who needs to approach Casper? Is Rhea. Rhea needs to get on the phone with Casper immediately. See how he can be part of Sun City. How can I? Can you practice with me?
Nah, honestly.
I'll take 200,000 if you can. You wanna box me for the next 3 months?
I'll be the punching bag you need.
Imagine starting the new year knowing that you owe $250,000, mate. Whoa. Like you know that you're in debt, $250,000, and then you have to owe not anybody but you owe Bonang.
I'm just saying, yeah, cho.
And you're gonna see Bonang go to Diamond Walk with your money.
I don't even want to see him at a restaurant, bro. He's eating. I'm like, mate. What are you doing?
Yeah, someone owes you money, find him at Nando's. You're like, well.
Oh, it's very funny.
Two-piece to me, son. Two-piece to me, son. You're rubbish.
And you can see you having a bougie po, hey? It's a bit bougie of you to kind of do that.
We don't want to see you anywhere near McDonald's, anywhere near KFC, my brother. We don't want you anywhere there.
I don't want to see him at
They're going to garnish that YouTube channel. Everything that you get from YouTube's AdSense, it must just go
make
there.
As many podcasts as he needs to, so they can see
welcome back to our channel, but this guy is seventh video this week. He's pushing.
Christmas must have been tricky for him because now he's an embarrassment to the family. How is he supposed to face his people now? Because 300,000, but
every time you hear someone from that, hey, my boy, do you have 200 rand? They're like,
I heard about you.
I know what this is about.
I had someone saying, no, they must just sell his family home, they'll live in faith. And like, honestly, where is he going to get 300,000? Where?
Let's hope. Now it's time to collaborate with brands. Their YouTube channel, they must just work. And we know every time we see, hey guys, today's video is sponsored by, we're like,
So what's the plan? Is it a payment plan or does he have to pay it upfront or is everything?
He doesn't have to pay it upfront because I don't think he has 300,000 lying around. But I mean, one way they can do is like garnish him, like they do fathers that don't want to pay their maintenance money. I'm gonna try to get debit order. Based on whatever his affordability is, like how much I got debit order, she can go that far. But otherwise, either way, they need to have some sort of payment plan.
Oh my God.
As long as you haven't declared bankruptcy or anything, then yes, it means whatever money that you're making from whatever businesses that you have.
There needs to be an income for you to declare bankruptcy.
Absolutely. Their entire YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel actually gets a lot of views.
Okay.
Their YouTube channel.
They get a lot
so
of
which means they make money, some money from AdSense, and he's the co-founder of that YouTube. So at the very least, Bonang knows he doesn't make 0 rand.
Yes.
And that's enough.
But you know what? I kind of like what Bonang did. I kind of like the fact that Bonang actually won the case because what it's doing is it's telling everybody who's kind of like in the podcast, hey, you included. You guys included. But you know what? I feel like podcasts, a lot of people used to use that platform to spew like shit, basically. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now that Bonang has kind of set the tone, even when you're speaking in a podcast, you don't want to say too much. You just say, I actually don't like super serious, but he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy, but you know he's not a good one. But you know what it is? You have to minimize what you say.
I don't think, I personally think it's a good thing, like you mentioned, because she set a precedent. But I also feel like the point of a podcast is also to kind of give your opinion on something. People just need to think about the fact that put an opinion on something that is factual. The problem here is that he was spreading a lie. And that was the problem. It wasn't the fact that because people give their opinions all the time.
Of course.
Bonang has been in the entertainment industry 4 years. People have had opinions about her 4 years.
Yeah, they have.
But this one, she said, so I'm going to catch you for that. So just speak factually and you can say whatever you want.
And it is a real lie. I mean, you accuse someone of being a drug addict.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
It was the bravery. Like, have you chilled with me? Have you seen me in the act? Like, what's going on? It was the bravery for me.
Absurd. So there's a lot of lawsuits that can potentially go around here. Everybody must catch hands. But it's good to see. It's good to see this Bonang do this because I'm very interested to see who the next person is going to try. Because remember, people always want to be brave. People always be like, you can't touch me. I'll say whatever. If I just use the word allegedly, and you know things get cloudy now.
What about the picture they like to put at the beginning of the YouTube video? Like, warning, guys, this is based on freedom of speech, just to spew some. You know what?
That's what I say. I mean, that's how McG gets into trouble every week. You know, every week he has in mind. Most recently with Ari Lennox, of course.
Yes.
And for me, that thing was, I felt like it's something we should all agree on, but it seems we're disagreeing a lot about something that's very simple. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, you can ask somebody anything in an interview, but it's the way that you ask them.
Yes.
Right? Especially if you're doing it in reference to their art. If they make a movie where maybe there was essentially explicit and you want to ask about it, you can't be like, so you take that dick, huh? It's like, okay.
No, that's fair.
Don't ask me if I take that dick. Maybe ask, this is a reference before,
reference it like nicely. Like, so, I heard
I bet you like that shit.
You like fellatio is your thing. How's fellatio doing? But also, in the same breath, I feel like he's got a crazy cult following.
Yeah.
He
Like
does.
he's got people who are like, who cares? You're not even
Yes.
part of the chillers. Get
You
out
are
of
not
here.
doing take that
Who
dick.
you know what? That's what he always says. So you guys will take it or not. Take the dick or not. You just sitting there like,
There is a lot that actually goes on with the chillers. They are diehard fans. The one
Listen,
thing that you
they
can see
are
about
real
that is that they're diehard
diehards.
fans. But shout outs to him because he's obviously created a family with this podcast. So we're not going to take that away from him. But Saul also had the same sentiments to be like, yo, dude, you said what you said. You could have tried another direction.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it is what
okay.
it is. So
Yeah,
That's the thing at the end of the day. You can be direct and keep it raw and honest, but it's like, why would you not disarm someone like that? Especially if on a Zoom. You know, that thing was a Zoom.
Yeah.
So it's connecting and disconnecting at the same time. So it's like, Ari, can you take that dick?
so
She's like,
like,
huh?
She was like, what?
Yeah, but take that dick from the back. What?
Ari Lennox went, what? I would have said, I'm so sorry, Miss Lennox. I am so sorry. I'd like to formally apologize. Can I retract that statement right now?
That delay is giving you an opportunity to take it back. You can be like, you know what, actually, don't mind Ari Lennox. Let's talk about the new album.
Yeah, let's talk about something else. But I do firmly believe that, yes, I agree with you guys. I think he does have a really good thing going for him in terms of his podcast, but it's just how he says things or how he phrases questions. You know what I'm saying? He definitely needs to work on that.
Well, hopefully the situation has kind of taught him one thing or the other. But also,
Not MacGyver.
Not a single lesson will be learned.
Out of drama, and
That's a
he's
disclaimer.
strong.
Disclaimer, not a single lesson will be learned from anything said in
Like, I
the
think,
podcast.
nah, nothing.
We don't learn lessons out here, son.
Remember when he did that podcast where we thought he was going to apologize and it was actually like, nah, fuck all y'all.
Yeah, I'm just here to tell you guys that I'm going to even go deeper.
Actually, nah, fuck all y'all. And so I was trying to make sure, no, this is not the time. Fuck all y'all.
No, Shem, he was angry then.
I know he was
but
upset.
it
I know
is
he was
what it
upset.
is.
It is what it is.
I guess in more delightful news, more positive news. Always good to see our artists. I think we've been speaking about Amapiano artists for the past 6 months.
Yes.
And all the milestones they've been reaching. And once again, Afro Nation happening in Portugal in July.
Festivals are back. I'm so
Festivals are
excited.
back.
So please,
And although
man.
we're still on some red lists, we're slowly getting removed again because
Yeah, because they saw that
Omarion
they-
was
Hey,
at
they
some point.
definitely accused us. They were like, hey, wait, booyah, it's not South Africa. And now
Yeah.
we're like,
So great to see a great Amapiano lineup. Dentuda, Focalistic, Uncle Waffles, of course, the Scorpion Kings. Who else they got on there?
They've got Vigro Deep out there.
Yes, sir.
Durban Gogo's going to be out there. Kamumpela, Mr. Chazik. Major League DJs are also going to be out there.
love
So
that.
it's clean. And over and above our South African acts, obviously, then there's all the internationals, the Burna Boys, Wizkid, Meg Thee Stallion, Chris Brown's also going to be out there. They're even bringing back P Square. When last did you hear from P Square?
Very, very long time.
Yeah, so
long time.
And they
they're
took
back.
break by two. Not one taking a break and then one staying.
Yeah.
No, they decided same time.
Together, we are twins. We're in this together.
so peace way.
Yeah.
Never Major League. You know, you think sometimes one of them doesn't want to go out. Like, nigga,
Yeah,
you
They
be
just go as
there.
a
It's
team.
like the same
They just
thing.
go as a team. Like even when I greet them, sometimes I have to really double check. Hey, hug them all at once. You know, you
No,
don't
they
wanna-
really,
I only know, here's the funny thing about me in the Major League, right? I know one of them. And the other one I don't know so well. Sometimes I see the other, I'm just like,
I tell
and I
by
can tell that the way they're Portuguese, that's the one that knows me.
Even me, I know the one that knows me is Bandile. So I can tell when Bandile says, hey, Naledi, I'm like, that's Bandile. That one will go high.
I mean, I was just irritated because they really could have made our lives easier when they got the nose rings. They could have done opposite nostrils.
Different color, one
They did
same-
it on the same side. Everything, the hair is the same, the beards are the same. Guys, come on.
Is it not in the structure of the face, man? If you look just
What
here, right
structure?
here by the jawbone, man, I think maybe you can see that.
I've known them for so many years.
And you still
I
can't tell?
struggle sometimes. Like, especially if it's just one. Because then I'm like, because sometimes I look at the nuances when they're together.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, no, that one's Bandile. And then when only one comes, then I'm like, hey, Konjelo.
So I go this, I'm like, hey, fist, bump,
I was like, hey,
handshake.
maybe I must get on the phone, call the mom and be like, one, no.
I mean, why not the parents can tell twins apart by our voices as well?
They can.
Can they?
It's their children, they can.
I guess.
Guys, I mean, our parents even forget our names. Like my mom, my stepmom has a tendency of saying, no, Naledi. So you really think
My
they can
aunt
tell?
just says, hey, Mtanandini.
Mtanandini.
And then you just know.
You,
It's time, it's your
the small
turn.
one.
You can tell by the sound of
Call
their
the small
voices.
Yeah.
Apparently one has a more high-pitched sound. And I think that's
They're both high pitched. I don't understand which one would be.
There's one that goes, yeah. One goes, yeah. Like you can... if you really listen intently, like you can really pick it up. Like,
Oh my
Honestly.
goodness. I wouldn't be able to
I do
tell.
not know what's happening today, but anyway.
But the twins themselves are also headlining a show
That's
in London
dope,
in
yo.
May, or is it April? Coming up soon, actually.
yes.
And at the same time, Vocalistic is on Afro Nation Puerto Rico, which is happening in March. So he's very, very, very busy. And
He's
shout out to him,
actually
man.
he's also been dubbed as artist to look out for by Vogue magazine, Vogue UK.
Wow.
22 African artists for people to kind of be on the lookout for. He has made it representing South Africa on that one. So shout outs to Vogue.
And I think he joined Davido's management team. Or the same people. So that's shout out to Focus. So you can see his work is definitely being recognized internationally.
Yeah, he's not answering our calls anymore. That's why. Yeah.
No,
It's
honestly.
tough now at the bottom. But maybe I also need to get back in the DMs. You know how our rappers used to DM us when they were trying to get the music out? Now I have to DM Foka and be like,
Hi, Foka, how you
please,
doing?
just one feature, yeah.
Nah,
If
guys,
you're
if
not too
Foka
busy.
follows me on Twitter, bro, all I need to do is DM him because straight, they're not even the request. Hey, Foka, hey. Mara, you won't answer.
And he'll
He's too
you.
big. Nah, he's too big.
And of course, another dope thing that's happened in terms of news is, of course, the YouTube Black Voices. If you don't know what YouTube Black Voice is, it is an initiative from YouTube, of course, to help uplift a lot of young creators around the world. So every year they come up with this list where they pick creators from from different countries, almost 180 countries or something like that.
They do.
And they pick 3 to 5 creators in each country that they're trying to uplift and be a part of the program. The program is a cash injection, so it's actually a fund that they get money to help create and I guess take the content a step higher.
Ria
You know what I'm
should have
saying?
considered that, you know what I'm saying?
I must try and get on that, that fund.
man.
We call it the Bonang fund. Immediately after.
Yeah, you got 30 years. When they ask you, why should you be here? Because I owe Bonang 300K.
That's it. One line.
And they get a dedicated manager per channel directly from Google that helps them with a lot of stuff. There's analytics, and then there's like analytics that are even deeper than what you, as a YouTuber, you would find by yourself on the back end. So they help them really try to manage themselves as a business. And it's a very close relationship, and it's like a mentorship thing that happens throughout the whole year. So shout out to Google too.
And Defining for
Defining,
getting in. that was dope.
as well as then Drovus.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Who have been chosen this year. Last year, you remember, KMs was on it,
Mac
McG
G was on
himself.
it. Wasn't
as
Toast
well
with Naledi also on
as-
it?
Who?
Toast with Naledi.
Yeah, I think she was the
She was
third.
also on it. Yeah, she was also on it.
So absolutely dope to see as YouTubers herself. We know, big them up and hope they make the best of that content. We'll see guys definitely touch these international markets. You know? But just when you have that interview with Eddie Lennox, just tie your pants.
And please also don't go and blow that money at Konka. Sangcela bandla. Anisebenzise kahle. Grow your platform, do it right.
I think it's really nice that YouTube actually has those initiatives because at the end of the day, when everybody normally starts their YouTube channel, they start with like a camera, a phone, whatever the case may be. But the fact that they actually give you the opportunity to buy proper equipment to really kind of diversify your content is the coolest thing that I've ever seen. I mean, I didn't make it though. Hurtful.
But shout out to you though. Your channel has also just continues to grow and grow.
Oh, thank you.
Try again, maybe next year.
You know what? I'm gonna keep trying. As a matter of fact, I'll submit the one I submitted last year. Say, remember, you must
Just
have
try me again.
not seen this one.
Please see attached. As per my last email.
Just following up on the last conversation.
Running it back just in case.
We're going to apply because
No, we're definitely
and
applying.
boxing.
No, guys.
Something.
But the people they
If you
pick
see a girl, you live like this, nigga.
you
live like
my
this.
nigga.
They say we were shooting videos with our phones before we can continue with our phones.
Started from the bottom,
Yeah,
I'm really here.
Started at the bottom and we'll continue to stay at the bottom since we're comfortable here. So
Nah, I like it. I like the people that they pick because those are the people who need that push. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I didn't make it. Yeah, I was truly upset about that. But I wasn't someone who really needed that push because I felt like I already had that support for like the whole of 2020 and 2021. So I do like the fact that people like Defining, they deserve that. They really deserve to take it to the next level.
And you were also saying that a lot of people who were chosen were also very wholesome content.
Yes.
And I'm trying to understand, maybe that's also the direction where content is actually even going because as much as, yes, people want to laugh and they want to do challenges and they want to do like really cool stuff, people also want to hear real stories. They also want to hear something that is going to uplift them. Because not everything can be just negative the whole time. Because it feels like that sometimes on social media.
Like one of the things that Gugulethu Nyatumba, she her channel is called Uncomfortable Growth. And what she talks about is like the things that we struggle with in our 20s. So if we're not talking about like financial issues, she's talking about breakups, she's talking about how to be a city girl. Like all her content is just structured around growing, and the growth is never going to be like linear and easy. You know what I mean? So I like that because now I get to see a lot of more diverse content from the YouTube Black. It doesn't always have to be like a makeup artist. Doesn't always have to be a mukbang. I mean, it should be, but just throwing it out there. But I do like the people that they picked this year. I really enjoy it.
Absolutely. And I think what we'll do is definitely get more, I mean, we exist on the YouTube platform as well. For other YouTubers that tune into the channel, get people a little bit more information, speak directly to people at Google, so you can find out how you yourself, if you're hearing this for the first time on the show, can be a part of YouTube Black and what the application process actually is and what they're actually looking for to be able for you guys to out there grow. Remember, it's at the beginning of the year, so you have a lot of time to grow your YouTube channel. Your life can change in a year. And
also, sorry to cut you, anybody can join. Doesn't need to be someone with a big number of followers. Don't forget that. So don't feel demotivated by that.
Absolutely. And of course, new segment that we're introducing into the show is finding out what you guys are talking about on the ground based on trending news. So we're going to go straight into that. And I think we went down to the streets to speak to you guys about what's going on, what your opinions are about this whole Rhea and Bonang suing 300K saga. So let's go straight into some clips of your opinions.
I mean, like I said to you, it's between Bonang and Rhea, you know, like Rhea's a grown-up, you know. So he was aware of what he did. They actually, you know, he was made aware of what he did. You know, but aware, and I mean, he's a grown up. You know, what's the consequences of his actions, you know? And I mean, Ubila stubborn, yeah? Do you agree? I don't know, but Ubila stubborn at some point. It didn't work out for him well. So, yeah, man.
It's very petty from Bonang's side because Rhea said on the show, Scoop told us, it wasn't his thoughts, it wasn't his opinions. And then after that, Bonang made her point. So for her to continue and make the case escalate now, I feel like that's very petty from her. As an adult, I feel like she should take this as an opportunity to teach the boy instead of what she's doing. Because, you know, what are other kids gonna think now? Every time you want to express your opinion, you have to pay money for it. Nah, I feel like she could have gone a different route.
So what the kid has done to Bonang is completely wrong and deserves to be punished in that manner.
All right, our topic this week is, I mean, we have a content creator here. You guys are watching everybody on YouTube. Everything is always about trending news and content creators, how they've changed, I guess, media, if we can talk about that. And that the fact that content creators are have added a whole new layer to how, especially mainstream artists and mainstream, and I speak artists in across all genres, not just musicians, how they now have to navigate or even sell their art or advertise themselves. Because a lot of them were not natural content creators. You know, some people are like, I'm just a musician, I just make music.
That's it.
Now tomorrow I must join TikTok and TikTok with the kids.
Hey, and I struggle with that thing so much.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, I'm a DJ. Now it's like I'm being forced to then say, okay, now I must be on, okay, first it was Twitter, then it was Instagram. Now you must have certain amount of followers. Now you have to be on YouTube. Now you must be on TikTok. I've had a TikTok account for maybe a year and a half. I've never posted a single thing.
Nothing.
Because I'm scared. I'm just like, what am I doing?
No, I mean, Bonang said it herself. LED lighter, placa, the tempo. Man, like, TikTok is generally a very time-consuming app, I feel. Like, for example, you said it yourself, you're a DJ, but I feel like because your passion is making music, going out, it's a lot of things to now have to set up and try do funny stuff and do funny content because that's generally not what you were used to doing. But I like the fact that for people like Miss Cosmo, they can just use her music in a TikTok. That's where I feel like you guys take it to the next level. But also me, right, guys? I only did like 3 TikToks in the past year and a half. And they were like,
thing. For like a 30-second video, you're there for 4 hours. You're like, hey, no, 4 hours.
I took the Basta challenge once. I was like, nah, I'm good.
I think you won the Basta challenge.
She even commented, I'd say, oh, my knees even gave in on this one. I said, yeah.
Guys, bust it. I don't know to stop. By the time I was done, I had to sit down on the floor. I had like 17 takes.
So you really busted it.
I really busted it to the end. Like busted with the D at the end.
That's hilarious. But you know what I like about it, right? Is that when it comes to social media, or as content creators, or as artists in general, you don't take to all of them the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some prefer to be on Twitter and to engage with people that way. They found their comfort zone, they found their tribe. Some are great on Instagram. And when a new thing like TikTok comes out that looks like the energy is hyper there, you're like, I don't know where to fit in. I think it's okay if you don't know. And it's okay to share stuff as almost as if you're sharing it on Instagram. You don't have to get involved in the challenges. You can just say, here's a clip of my music. Here's a clip of what I did today. And try to ease your way into it. I think the hard thing is that people are thinking, I have to do the TikTok dance. And if I don't do a TikTok dance, I won't be able to grow on TikTok. I think it's okay to exist on there if it helps you grow your business.
Fair.
But also, I feel like you must do it as naturally as possible. And I say that to speak about when it comes to putting things that trend. You know, very recently there was the Mulando challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. Best challenge of my life.
And the guy himself.
Do you see those guys in the red shorts? I'm pretty sure I watched that video 40 times.
The red shorts?
That's just woo!
I even got popcorn.
He went on the
Okay.
Okay, baby.
Where's that?
To a point where I was like, nah, red shorts actually look good. Like, you
So a lot of girls are posting that thing like girl naming and bullying it. Baby, that's all I need.
What? Did you see him? And he moves so effortlessly. To a point where you just like, yo, guys, niggas from the hood.
But stuff like that.
Like, hey, I'm willing to die on niggas in red shorts.
Hood niggas in red shorts.
Oh, yes. Man, and the fucking head there just
I don't know where I'm at right now. They're like, they're holding the shit like,
Like, honestly, like, I can't even sit too still for too long because I'm just like,
People's just like, I'm a nigga in the north.
I'm just like,
I don't have a bucket head.
I'm like, yeah, shout out to anyone who did the London challenge, you know.
Nah,
Do you know
real.
whose TikTok journey I'm enjoying the most?
Oh.
Oskiro, I believe.
Oh, absolutely.
I believe in Oskiro.
It's giving very luxury dad with nothing to do.
Oskiro is-
I
You're going
believe
to
I
get
love it for
what I'm
you.
delivering.
And you're gonna like
You're
it.
gonna like
You're
it.
gonna like it.
And if you don't like it, that's your problem.
It's like,
But
like honestly, like I agree with you. Oskiro is one
I'm
of my
enjoying it so
favorites.
much.
Oskiro.
Because you can see he's trying to get into TikTok, but he's also just like, I'm just having fun. If you laugh at me, great. If you enjoy it, then even better. He's just like...
And he's having fun. And
Let's
I saw him
rock.
talk about it to somebody else. I think who speaking also joined recently. And Oskiro's like, you're going to have so much fun. Just be yourself. Don't worry about it. So like he was encouraging him. Don't worry about it. You're going to just keep posting. You'll see. Now I'm having the best time of my life. And that's what I'm saying. It happened so naturally.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to force it. Like speaking of Double London Challenge to say it was natural. That guy put out his own song. It trended organically.
Was it that guy's song? The one who was being...
He's one of the guys in the song. I don't know if he's the producer or the actual artist that sings, but it's his song.
Okay.
The guy whose original video we saw. And we have like Bo Chico's song, you know, Gal Tempe, where it goes viral nationwide. And it's like, it's dope for him because he gets to tour the song. He didn't have to force anything. Versus when artists are releasing music and they say, yeah, let me start a challenge now. It's called the Sipo Challenge. And I guess the Sipo Challenge would be just, you can't dance or something. I don't know.
I also feel like it kind of depends the kind of vibe you bring into when you start the challenge. Because I know a lot of the time people will release music and they'll be like, oh, okay, here's my song. Let's make it into a challenge. And like, it's not natural. So like with Nkau Tempele, it was just that one part where they were tempeling on the escalators and we were all like, I don't know how I feel about the song. But then you start doing it at parties.
Yeah.
Like, there was a point where I was agreeing with him and I was like, Nkau Tempele.
And at some point you're also thinking, maybe you'll see
guys,
last time I did this, Cosmo was like, yeah. So you actually made me very self-conscious about it. I wasn't tempeling as much as I should have during December.
And it's also a sign that don't let anybody's negative response kind of stop you from doing what you did. Because when Nkau Tempele came out, people were like, it's not even that great. Now look! Now we're all tempeling. Whenever we go, San Munan. Yeah, it's teen love.
But also I think it's a thing to say, Agudi, it's important not to force your favorite artists wherever they exist to join certain things. When are you going to join TikTok? When are you going to post the TikTok? It's like, you know what I do. It's like, like I DJ. So when you keep telling me when I'm going to do TikTok, it's like you're giving me a new job or something.
It makes me so nervous. I'm not even going to lie. Like I literally sit there and I log on and I watch everybody's videos and I laugh and I cry and I enjoy everything. And then I look at my account and I'm like, whoa, tricky. Yeah.
But you have followers, I'm sure.
Not even that many. I don't even think people know I'm on TikTok because I don't post. I literally use it to watch other people's videos because I'm nervous. Outside of the fact that I need to cut and paste this thing and it leads to even the way that it transitions from one to the other. Me, I'll be one of those where it's got like a 2-second delay because my editing is just tricky.
And let me tell you something about that editing.
I'm already scared.
One mistake. When you throw your sneakers in the air, you want to catch them and do that transition.
That transition just doesn't hit.
Right. The shoot guys hit the floor and then now you show up.
Now you're through.
10 seconds later, we show you doing this.
I think my favorite TikToks are the ones with the green screen where people are enacting things like they're in class or they're doing this. Those are my favorite ones. The dance challenges, boy. I can't. The transitions are just too much with it. It's just like, mate, I can't sit here and learn this thing. Remember when we were still in the first phase of coronavirus, we were really locked into our houses and people were really learning the steps. How long does it take you to learn those steps?
I can't. I've tried. Let me tell you something. I've practiced. I've practiced. You go to my TikTok, you'll find nothing there, but there's a potential to be a lot of things that have not made it onto TikTok. So just sitting there at home.
All of the drops.
My drop, there's too many. My favorite is...
No, I can't.
nah.
Maybe we need someone who can actually give us like a masterclass. Maybe we could get Primo in here because Primo
Maybe.
on TikTok.
I went to school with Primo, guys, and let me tell you, like, I watch him all the time. I'm actually like his biggest fan, bro. Like, it's the craziest thing. I go on to his TikToks and I'm like, this guy must really put in the effort. Hey, I thought I put
what
in the
he's
effort.
doing.
He knows exactly what he's doing and everything is always right. He always hits the mark.
And also, he's recently started collaborating with brands as well. And I love how his collaborations with brands goes. You know, when you speak about content creators and touching brands, sometimes it just seems like it's forced. Tomorrow you'll be like, Sipo doesn't drink bottle fruit. We know this is a lie. He's just took the bag, but we're happy for you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But then sometimes you see somebody collaborating with a brand and the brand is like, you know, brands like saying, do your own thing.
Yeah.
You do your own thing. They're like, okay, don't do your own thing.
Change that
do the
part
thing
a
that we're
bit.
telling you.
Yeah,
That's
just
your own
change it a
thing.
bit.
And I like that he's Primo, especially the way that he's connecting with his audience is the same, even with the brand. It's not changing too much. So I think those are the difficulties of content creation. And then mainstream media, when they want to collaborate with content creators, they want them to be news readers and suddenly change their attitude. And it's like, you didn't find me like this. Now suddenly you're telling me, even my audience is going to be like, Sipo, you don't wear a tie,
And
my
you
brother.
can see when it's not organic. That's the thing. It's so obvious when it doesn't look like this is what you do on a normal weekend. You know, so I think that's the difficulty I'm also trying to find. And I guess you're right, where you're saying people maybe just want to see me out and want to see me having a good time and DJing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the type of stuff I need to post because, whoa, I'm not getting into dance challenges. I'm jivey. I just press play, number one. Number two, my editing, tricky. I'm going to have to pay someone to do it for me because it's a lot of work. But I'll try. I think I've given myself 2022 to then say, let me at least attempt it. So... with my first video, please don't judge me.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Even myself, no pressure. When I post my first video, I also expect you guys to support me.
Please.
Let's stick together. Remember our family.
Family, please, we are together. I know Nalini is going to post a reaction video.
TikTok, let's watch it together. I love you, Muscazmo. I love you.
And you know, sometimes the content creators will do this and then you are in the video and she's reacting to being here and she's like, look at this stupid ass people. You're like, wow, I thought we were cool.
No, but honestly for me, you're right. Muscazmo, I think the TikTok platform, it's a space for anybody to do anything.
Yeah.
And for example, like Uncle Waffles, right?
Yeah.
There's videos of her just DJing and she's just doing that. Like, I would watch those videos of Miss Cosmo because I know that she's a DJ and I know that she knows what she's doing. So I would enjoy those. So yeah, I think get into that. Or if not, you know, you could always just do like me. I just make hangover breakfast. Sometimes I just sit there and post nothing. Like, sometimes I bust it from time to time. You know, just be diverse.
But obviously with that conversation, we're also going to try our luck here as the POPcast family. We're going to get into TikToking.
Absolutely.
Huh? Are you ready, Sipo?
I'm definitely ready. As long as we're having fun, then I'm cool with it. We're not going to overthink the stuff. We're going to ease into it. Like I said, we're family guys. Let's support each other.
Yeah, please be nice to us.
I guess it goes both ways where we're saying to content creators, be kinder to those that are not content creators.
Yeah.
To those trying to get into it, no pressure on yourself. Ease into it if you want to ease into it. Also, the best way to start is just to start. There's no going to be the perfect day to post a TikTok,
I know,
right?
guys. I mean, I'm grand on YouTube. All I gotta do is, hey, welcome to my channel. Subscribe, like, and comment. Then I eat, and that's it. See? Eat, and then that's it. You've made your content.
Simple.
All right. I think we're going to go into some new music. What's been dropping? Flaming Hot, Flaming Not.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. All right. So our first track this week, Flaming Hot, Flaming Not. Who AB Crazy, haven't heard from him for a while. Came out with Hurricane featuring Caesar Alkaline. Alakain, sorry. AKA artist that used to be known as Reason. In case you don't know, they are.
Oh wait, that was Reason. That's Reason.
Yes.
He's now what?
Caesar Alakain.
Oh, ay, bo.
Kanti bo driver kuphi ngoDecember.
Hi, guys, we're besendlini mina ngoDecember. Bengijayela amapiano mina ngoDecember.
Yeah, Caesar Alakain with the piano.
Hey, yeah, man, what's going on with the changes in their lives? What's happening?
Changes in my life.
I was waiting.
It was right there. We couldn't leave the slam dunk. What did you guys think about the song, Miss Cosmo?
I actually dig the song. I've always enjoyed AB Crazy's production. I've always enjoyed his music because he keeps it in his own lane. That's what I always enjoy. I know what I'm going to get with AB Crazy. I'm also enjoying the growth of Sizwe Alakain. You know what I mean? Because I think he's tapping into a certain space, but I really feel like at some point it's going to get much bigger than what he's doing now. So I like the song. I mean, it's a trap piano. I don't know what the term is. It's hip hop / piano vibes going on there.
Trap piano.
It's fun music.
Yeah, I thought the track was all right.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what I was expecting from it when I saw it at first, but it wasn't what I heard when I pressed play.
Yeah.
But featuring Sisu, I had a thing in my mind to figure since this is where he's taking his direction, it must be have that sort of trappish or amapiano vibe to it. It's vibey, but I don't know if it's a hit record per se. But the track is all right. I guess I haven't heard from AB Crazy in a while. I don't know if he's coming out with a project. He's testing the waters, what direction he's going with his music. But it'll be interesting to see. I thought the track was all right. It's not a complete miss. Out of 10, I would give it a solid 5.
I was going to give it a 6. I thought just listening to it off the bat, you know when you listen to a song the first time and it sounds good, but then you just need to listen to it a couple more times to really decide if it's good. So I think off the bat, just listening to it, it sounds good. Like the production of it is good, everything is fine. But I also don't know if it really had me in, you know? Like, you know when you first listen to a track and you're like, yeah, no, guys. Yeah. So I'd give it a 6 though. I'd give it a 6.
Okay. I think I'd also give it a 6, maybe even a 6.5, because I think I can see the direction that they're trying to take with the music. So yeah, man, big ups to AB Crazy for coming back.
Shout out to him. Another track that's out is Ilogi Ishi, TK, and Umakwa.
Yes.
Dropped a jam. That's pure. That song sounds, you know how you're just saying now, trap and amapiano. This one, and it's called Ilogi Ishi, by the way, in case I didn't say that. It has because you know Makwa has that Mzongonko sound that's mixed with amapiano.
Yes.
I don't know if you picked both those sounds up in the track.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Did I not hear Questa on that song as well?
Yes.
And Questa is as well.
Questa, Sotril, and Pura.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also heard Mpura as well.
Yeah.
Pura is doing that chant constantly. So they got a clip of him doing a shout out.
I kind of like how Questa's still staying true to his sound. Like, have you seen with Ngutu and everything? Even when like the transgressions, oh my God. Even when like he's transcending in his music, moving to amapiano, but he's still keeping that whole like Lokshin vibe. Like he's still keeping that.
Questa, I don't know what Questa is up to. Sound-wise,
What is he doing?
I don't know. Nothing that he's been doing for the past year or so that has personally connected with me on my side.
Really?
Wherever he's at, I liked one or two of the songs from the project that he released early last year, which we spoke about as well in an episode, I think. But it's not like connecting, and I don't think it's been sending, versus what Questa has achieved before, come even close to like putting him back into like any sort of conversation or.
But I actually really enjoyed him on the song. And when I was listening to Questa's verse specifically, I had actually thought about it and I was like, oh, maybe he should actually try and release like a piano song and kind of see where it takes him. I know Questa's a diehard hip-hop person, so he might feel some type of way about going full on piano with a project or a song, but it would be nice to hear him because I think he'd be able to kind of expand himself a little bit that way.
The thing is, I'm just nervous. My fear is that because right now amapiano is kind of dominating the whole world, that a lot of artists who are not familiar with amapiano are trying to obviously jump into that space, not really knowing the waters that they're swimming in. The only reason why I commend Questa for this is because even when he's swimming in new waters, he's still keeping to his sound. That's what I like.
Yes.
So
he still sounds like
he still
Questa.
sounds like Questa.
Shout outs. I like that too.
I like that.
Shout out that track as well. I don't know, like I said, it's not a Questa thing. The track overall I like, but but that segue about Questa is just a wonder. I don't know what he's up to, but we'll see where he takes it. Another blast from the past is Chad the Don. For all you new kids, you're probably wondering who Chad the Don is watching at home.
Even the old kids.
Even the old kids. So Chad is out of the song called, what do you call this? Cars and Keeners, featuring Youngster CPT. The last collab together was a really dope verse from Youngster CPT. It was a murderous verse where he took Chad to I don't know what to call it, to nursery school on that track. Because, I mean, he just released a monstrous verse. I don't know. The track is called, I forget, but I'll remember. I'll put it in the comments for you guys. But it's a really dope jam. And it has a really dope verse from Youngster, like a spectacular verse. Okay. And this one, they're having a little bit more fun with Cars and Kinners, you know.
Much lighter.
Much lighter. Absolutely do not like it at all. Lighter, but definitely not better than their last track.
Okay.
I don't think, I don't think it's a good song at all. From pretty much everything about it, I think is pretty poor. The production sounds pretty weird to me. The verses aren't whack, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Both their verses aren't whack. I mean, Youngster would have to go out of his way to spit something whack, first of all, but him by himself. So their verses, I didn't think they were whack, but as a song, what's supposed to be light and fun, I didn't find fun or light or nice at all.
How? Wow.
Welcome to the podcast.
We are here. We are Jessica. We are live. Jessica, we are live.
We are live.
Okay, so personally, I can't really say anything because I didn't really actually listen to the song. But But I haven't really connected with Chad the Don's music at all.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a song that I've heard and he was on it, but personally, for me, from a personal perspective, because it's my opinion personally, I wouldn't really say anything because I don't know if I've ever connected with Chad the Don's music at all.
I did listen to the song. I also feel like there's something, like they were trying to, you know when something feels like, okay, now we're going into studio because we're going to make a fun song. It just feels like it was one of those like, okay, this is the memo for today. And sometimes that you can hear that in a song as opposed to it organically happening. Where you're just chilling, you're drinking, you're out with the boys. Okay, let's get into studio, let's play around with some. When it's organically made, then you can hear the fun aspect come out in the song. And you also feel like, it felt like it must have been really dope to actually get into the vibe of the song. That for me is what takes away my enjoying it, is because I just feel like it's too orchestrated to be fun. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think there's only two people you can call into the studio that can call you into the studio and say, I'm singing in good, and that's Kabs and Mapurisa. Those are the only people who can do a hit. Call you into the studio and say, hi guys, I'm singing good, and then still make a hit.
Anyway.
Yeah. and the artwork of the song, it says two kings reunite, and I definitely count one king.
I do enjoy the verses. I just wanted it to be a little bit more relaxed. Maybe I feel it's a little
orchestrated,
That's it.
I don't know.
But I mean, it is.
So out of 10, what would you give it?
Oh my goodness. I give Youngster's verse a 3, so 3 out of 10.
Sure. Who even gets a 3 out of 10?
I've calculated it, guys. This is pure math.
Basically, for the date, your name, and just making sure that you know the date on the test, bro. 3 out of 10.
Well done for showing up to studio. Everyone gets a 3, minimum. You came, you recorded, you made artwork. I'm a designer, chipped in.
You know when the teacher just wants to find marks for you, just so that you just make it.
But if I was the teacher and I was marking this test, I'd give it back upside down. You know when the teacher says, the 2 fingers. And they tell you, come and see me after class.
Exactly. Just wait for me.
Youngster, Chad, come and see me after class.
Wow. Wow. Anyway, let's move on.
And tomorrow, I guess, back to Amapiano, because it seems like he got excited to speak about it. Calvin Momo dropped Ivy League. He dropped it in December, right?
Yes.
And it bumped.
People are still listening to it, even though there's 16-minute songs on that album.
Honestly, Ivy League is the 16-minute song, and I listened to it from 000 up to 1647 or however long it is. I'll listen to it. No pause.
Calvin, of course, his sound is not as mainstream as whatever, but he's still very well respected, even to people who like the Amapiano that's a little bit more bumpy, that's a little more upbeat. You know, he has a very
private school.
I don't call it deep Amapiano, if there is such a thing as deep Amapiano. That sounds more fused with like deep house.
Yeah.
It is. Calvin Momo has that, and I really, really like this album. And it's one you can have to like fully listen to and bump. You can also have it just playing in the background. There's just music that kind of...
He's definitely got that old school piano sound coming in. You know, I remember once, I'm going to show how old I am now. When I first, one of the times when I first played at a place called Jack Buddha in Mamelodi.
Yeah.
And they would have like this type of piano playing where all you hear is just instruments the whole time. It just feels like deep house going into And that for me was my idea of piano before the commercialized piano that we have now. So listening to what Calvin Momo was kind of bringing in reminds me of that time and that type of sound. But for me, it's classic and it's got longevity, and that's why people are still enjoying it.
Timeless.
And they're listening to all 16 minutes of the song because of that.
I agree. Like honestly, I feel like 2 of like my favorite Amapiano artists right now are definitely Calvin Momo and Josiah. Josiah the Disciple. And it's because of what you just said. A lot of the time, the music that they're giving to us from Amapiano, it's very like, you know, it's there, it's in your face, it's whatever, but then it doesn't have that longevity that you can listen to it months later. Like for me, I still listen to Calvin Momo's very first album, you know, the Private School album. And I was like, the fact that even his sound, even when it's kind of progressed over time, it still sounds good. It still sounds like a complete body of work. I love that. I like the singles that they let out every now and then, but I love a complete body of work. You can tell that it's time, it's crafted. Hey, Hansa Pilsner. You know when it's just been sitting in those bad things, like, you know when cognac is made over a 2-year period, you know, like, man, 2 years later, I can still bump this album. I love that a lot.
Absolutely, love it. And I mean, if I'm going to give it points, where will you guys put it?
12 out of 10.
12 out of 10 this time?
12.5.
12.5.
Yeah. Yeah, 12.5.
10 out of 10, definitely. It's an amazing album.
I agree. I think it's pretty flawless. I agree with Miss
so
Cosmo. And you know, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah.
What's the...
Because he just wants to be an ass. Leave him.
I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm saying there's always room for growth.
The fuck?
Next time, I want 10 out of 10, Kelvin. But you're mixed up.
I know,
Yeah?
guys.
10 out of 10 next time.
Nah, guys.
Fight for that 0.5. That's what I want you to do. You fight for that 0.5.
Imagine Calvin trying to measure up to Sipo's standards.
They're going things like, I don't have it.
No, Sipo wouldn't like this one.
That's what I want everyone, when they make music, just go, will Sipo like this? And then ask yourself, before you release a song, will Sipo like this? And then if you say, I think Sipo won't like this, keep it. Don't release that thing, my brothers and my sisters.
Oh, my goodness.
That should be the standard of music. Will Sipo like it?
Yeah.
Only say, come and see me after.
Sipo says
After class.
9.5. He says 9.5 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10, clean.
Nah,
It's A plus
guys.
that thing.
Guys, me, I'd even
cool.
make him skip a grade. Like, he moves from grade 2 into matric, bro. Other people must still write supplement subs and what. No. He's going straight to second year university.
I want to hear.
I know.
And lastly, another track that dropped over December period is DJ Venom and Shishliza, a.k.a. Bash Vision, who was a guest on Pop Radio with you guys. And they've collaborated and they're releasing an EP together. And one of the tracks the first single from that is, of course, called Showboy, which has a nice mixture of features on it. It's got Buzzily.
It's got Boozy Lee, it's got Ricky Rick, Junior Taurus, Focalistic, Blackie, 25K, Beast.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm forgetting anybody.
That's
but
a concert. How long is that song?
It's about 4.5 minutes.
And all those people had to put it.
Showboy.
And
And Yanga Chief. I knew I was forgetting someone. And Yanga Chief.
That opening verse from, how am I pronouncing the name?
Boozy Lee.
Boozy Lee. I've been saying Buzzily.
She
That
says
is
her name
okay.
when she starts her verse.
Yeah.
Boozy Lee, and then she says her thing. I actually think she has the hottest verse on the song.
I think so as well.
I
And my
think
second favorite verse
fire.
is Blackie's verse.
Blackie is dope, but
Come on now.
yeah, that flow is
I
dope.
love
Do you know what? I think I enjoyed the most about Boozy Lee is the fact that everybody else, we know their cadence, we know how they flow, we know what to expect from them. She's new. And she's also been doing a lot of stuff with like Banabates and Costa Titch and Alpha Cats and those boys. And it's very like fun music, you know?
Yeah.
But with this one, it's like, okay, now, I think for her, she was also just like, hey, okay, this roster's hot now. Now I must come with the hottest bars I've ever heard in my life because I'm competing. And that's what surprised me because now I heard her in a different type of vibe. And I really enjoyed the fact that she held her own. I thought she was clean. Like
When DJs play that song in the
100%.
club, which part do they focus on? Because her verse goes for quite some time before the song jumps in. So when you have you mixed it before?
Yes, but obviously at some point you always mix out of the chorus.
So can I go with shop? Wait,
Yes. When Beast is rapping and you go shop.
Because it's a verse-heavy type song where it's kind of focused on the thing, and the chorus is pretty much a chant. But shout out to Bash and Venom. Looking forward to hearing the rest of their tracks. I believe there's a hashtag called Free Sondela going on. There's another song of theirs that it leaked even before Showboy came out. It's become like a TikTok thing where people only have this 30-second clip and nothing else. And they've been playing hashtag Free Sondela, which I'm guessing will be their next single. So very happy, or excited rather, to see where they take their EP together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. It's a hot song. Shout out to Venom and Shishaliza for that one. Okay. And I know they recorded the music video, so hopefully we're going to get that soon as well.
Absolutely. And that's it from Flaming Hot and Flaming Not this week. Of course, that's not the end of the show at all. We have Miss Cosmo with Real Views and myself with What Matters to Muchi Naledi, our very, very special guest today. Tell me, what are you up to now? Because, of course, people that don't know, you just had your own show that just first season of on Channel O. How was that?
That was amazing, actually. It gave me an opportunity to really expand my skill set. So now, every time that I would go out, I always associated with digital content creator, right? Because I always felt like that's where I am. But to get the opportunity to have my own show and kind of expand into presenting, TV hosting, that was different. It really opened up my eyes to what I can do and what I can achieve, you know? So what people can expect, there's a new segment coming out on my channel though. Like, please go subscribe to my channel. But what people can expect is a whole lot of things that I've got underway. You know, when you try to act like you've got something going on, but it's nothing. You're really not gonna laugh.
I was like, what is this girl?
No, guys. Expect to see a lot of you on TV soon, but I just can't say anything yet.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of things are under wraps, but yeah, just expect to see a lot of Naledium official very soon, the brand.
And I'm also going to go back there and say, what's up, Tough TV?
I mean...
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. It's a new year. 2022 is coming with a new energy. And yeah, man, we're also going to work on a lot more stuff for ourselves here on the POPcast. Pop Radio's also got some interesting things that are on the cards. But we can't say anything right now. But when it comes, you'll see it.
And stay glued to a TikTok. Something is coming. Or nothing. I don't know.
I mean, the options are endless.
You're either going to get something or you're going to get nothing. Stay tuned for one of those options. Aye. What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my beautiful segment, What Matters to Moochie. Now, I want to start off the year by, when the new year starts, everyone has, what do you call this? They have things that they want to achieve. They write down your goals, you do your vision board, and you say, I want to do better here, I want to do better there, I want to try new things, I want to grow as a person. And I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about the power of the rebrand. The power of being able to rebrand yourself after a long time, maybe in the game, or trying new things and not being afraid to take on a whole new personality. If you're an artist, you can change however you want. The Weeknd, every time he releases an album, he goes on to this weird thing where he changes his makeup and he really gets into character like an actor does when they play different characters. I don't think you should be afraid as an artist to explore all these different kind of avenues and rebrand yourself to try to refresh your brand, maybe connect with the new market. Whether it's playing around with different genres, we know Reason is now Caesar Alakain. I hope I'm saying it right for the third time. And that is working for him. He's having fun and he's trying new things and he's been in the game for a long time and he thought, you know what? I've done this for a while and I want to do something else. We know, for example, Tumi from The Volume at some point was like, you know what? The Tumi from The Volume brand, I see it, I respect it. I want to try something new and I don't think it matches the Tumi and the brand, Tumi and the Volume brand. Let me try something else. And then he went with the Stogie T route. And, you could see he started having a little bit more fun. He was trying something a little bit more new, connecting with the different audience. There's absolutely nothing wrong in doing that as long as you own it. Yes, you may lose some of your old audience perhaps, but you may gain a whole new audience and of course a whole new perspective on where to take your project and where to take your image going forward. Don't be scared. The internet are always going to talk. It seems like people are very interested in staying the same because they're scared to try new things. Not because they don't want to try them, but because they're scared of what people are going to say. If you do that, then you're not really an artist because that means you're not flexible. You're not able to adapt to the times. You know how it goes. It's adapt or die. Don't die, try something new. That's what matters to Moochie this week. I'm out.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year. And of course, with a new year, it does mean that we are talking about content that has been bubbling under and doing the things over the December period, and obviously things that people have been watching while they've been relaxing. And one of those things that I actually decided to catch up on this past December was a specific thing that we talk about so often here on the POPcast is whether or not you should sign to a label. Yes, I am talking about the series Behind the Label, which is on Showmax as well as on Netflix. It is a series that actually came out a couple of years back with MTV, but I think they're going to try and regenerate it for a season 2. I don't know, I expected a little bit more because sometimes when you want to do a behind the scenes of something, you're expecting to see raw footage. You want to see what people are really going through, the real stories. And it just felt a little curated to me because people are obviously there doing the interviews, just talking about how nice it's worked with Tira. Hey, this is my experience that I did with that type of label. And people only had good things to talk about Tira. And obviously people had certain things to say about Ghetto Rough or Motherland, and Ambitious was in there, and of course with the Rap Life Boys. I just wanted a little bit more realism to come through on those stories. Really great concept. I feel like they can dig in a little bit deeper with the content, but it's a good start. Hopefully season 2 will be a little bit more grungier, but I don't know, go and check it out. If you're an artist and you obviously want to get yourself signed into a music space or into a label, it is something that you want to maybe check out. Maybe you also want to check it out just from a gossip factor if you're just a normal Joe like everybody else. But I don't think it's the real stories. And I'm hoping the real stories are going to come because we need them.